Today, I watched a movie. It's called Emancipation by Will Smith. And in that movie, I saw in real time what hate can do to people. Racism, slavery. You know, my family, the story that is told about people who have suffered the horrors of slavery, my family is truly a pain that no one in this world should ever have to endure or even experience. So my family, the royal family, we know the role they played in slavery. However, they refuse to even acknowledge the part they played. It's so sad that owners of slaves were paid reparations for losing their slaves. With even in Harry and Meghan's docuseries on Netflix, you can see that the last slave owner was paid by the UK government most recently in 2015. That's when they finished paying slave owners. 2015. From Harry and Meghan docuseries. And you can confirm it online. It's real. It's real. The UK government has been paying the former owners of slaves. However, when we come to speak about, reparations for the actual victims of the horrors of slavery, that is not a talk that the royal family wants to discuss. They only say slavery was abhorrent. It should never have happened. But beyond that, they are not willing to engage in a meaningful conversation about the role they played in slavery. My family, racism in the royal family is real. Racism in palace walls is real. My family. And just yesterday, I spoke about how Kate Middleton and Prince William had to hide a racist painting from Barack and Michelle Obama when they came to visit them during the trip to the UK. My family. And that painting was chosen by Kate Middleton. From the royal collection, they have quite a large number of paintings glorifying the colonial empire that they used to have. No wonder they still keep giving out these honors, these royal honors called OBEs or MBEs, the British Empire, the Order of the British Empire, the Member of the British Empire. No wonder they keep handing out those honors. My family, today I want to show you an example of what Shola&Alibhai Brown once warned Meghan, saying that Meghan don't marry Prince Harry before the wedding because the Windsor are a cold, dysfunctional family. Hear what she said about racism in the royal household itself. Racism that to this point they refuse to address or even acknowledge. My family, hear what Shola&Alibhai Brown said kindly.
That history and that story.
My family.
Charles says to a woman I know, a journalist I know, he says, "Where are you from?" She says, "Manchester." "You don't look as if you're from Manchester." The Prince Philip, I met him at the Royal Shakespeare Company because I was a governor. I'm standing with my husband. He passes us by, he comes back and he looks at my husband and he says, "Is she yours?" They are...
My family, an example of King Charles, an example of the late Prince Philip. Racism within the institution is more like it's inside of them, inside of the blood of the monarchy. My family. When Harry tells them that race played a significant part in the treatment, in the poor, ill treatment of Meghan, they shrug him off. when we all have seen exactly what happened, my family. And it's wrong and it's sad, my family. So I'm happy when people acknowledge or even want to learn more about the atrocities that are committed and want to do something about it. Like the Dutch king who met Prince Harry for the Invictus Games, King Willem Alexander. Now Dutch king commissioned a research into the role in colonialism. He has commissioned research into the role of the royal family, the Dutch royal family, in colonialism. A 3-year investigation for King William Alexander will span period from the 16th century to this day. That is how you learn. That is how you make things right, by first understanding it, seeing the unconscious bias that you've had, learning from it, and wanting to be different. My family, wanting to be different. My family, continue hearing what Yasmin said about racism in the royal family.
Because I was a governor. I'm standing with my husband. He passes us by, he comes back and he looks at my husband and he says, "Is she yours?" They are full of it. And Meghan had to survive it. When the film, yet another film came out about Diana's love affair with a Pakistani surgeon, I then talked to people who were connected, and some of them in Dodi's family, and some of the people in her Pakistani lover's family. And they told me some of the stuff that the royal family was doing because they were appalled that she had 2 brown lovers. And you know, there is a secret services in this country. There are all, and this is what Harry is going to be talking about, the leaking of information. But the response to Diana having those 2 lovers, people need to remember that history and that story.
People need to remember that history. The story of the late Diana having brown lovers. Prince Harry has shared his thoughts and sentiments about it. In the you can see on what he said about his late mother. Diana was chased to death at the back of a car with someone who was not white. That person's name was Dodi Fayed. Fast forward to now, history is repeating itself. Time and time again, Kensington Palace, headed by William and Kate Middleton, leak negativity against Harry and Meghan to get them trashed, bullied, insulted, to deflect attention, you know, the laziness of Prince William. The media does not cover that. The media does not cover the alleged affairs of Prince William. They leak stories about Harry and Meghan, lies about Harry and Meghan. The media can talk about that and not talk about the alleged affairs of Prince William or the laziness of both William and Kate Middleton, which the media is very much familiar with. My family, racism is within the institution. It is a part of the institution. And the only way to fight it is to acknowledge it. My family, it makes me so sad to see a remarkable woman called Ngozi Fulani have to close her charity. Ngozi Fulani has to close her charity because of abuse, threats on social media, or because she exposed racism within palace walls. And same thing is happening, has happened to Meghan Markle, who also spoke of racism inside the royal family, inside the palace. My family. And here's the story of Ngozi Fulani. Ngozi Fulani, who had a domestic abuse charity, had to close down and cease operations. She was forced to close down and temporarily cease many operations due to safety fears after palace racism row, because the media tabloids have now sent the hounds after Ngozi Fulani because she dared expose the racism within palace walls, because she dared tell the truth about the royal family, that indeed they lied when they said that Ngozi Fulani has been contacted by the palace. Clearly, they lied because she exposed the lies of the royal family. Because of that, look what's happening to her. My family. It's so sad. It's so sad, really. It's so sad. It's kind of like racism is fighting back. The racists are fighting back. It's so sad, really. It's so sad. I mean, now a charity called Sister Space, founded by Ngozi Fulani, said in a statement that it had to ensure the safety of our service users and our team following horrific social media abuse. My family, it's so sad, really. It's so sad, really. The founder of Sister Space, Ngozi Fulani, said the organization, which supports women of African and Caribbean heritage who have been affected by domestic abuse and sexual abuse, has been forced to cease many of its operations after she spoke out about her treatment by Lady Susan Hussey, Prince William's very own godmother. Racism also, when I watched this movie, Emancipation, confirmed one thing, that racism is taught. You learn it, you are taught. From father to son, from father or mother to daughter, you are taught it. And the cycle of hate continues, generation after generation, generation after generation. It continues. My family, it's really so sad. It's so sad. And the thing is, any single person, from the movie that I watched, Emancipation, who sympathized or empathized with slaves who were people of color, was targeted. That is what happened. My family, any single person who sympathized or empathized. And you could see, racism is about hate. Someone who does not feel like you should exist. Why? Because of the color of your skin. That is racism. Hatred. Hatred. My family. That's why when I see people like Tom Boer saying that Meghan is the target, you know what this is about. Racism is about hatred. Someone who doesn't want you to be breathing the same air as he or she is. And we must keep fighting the racism. The royal family and the press are working hand in hand together to bully Harry and Meghan, to get them to separate, to destroy this interracial marriage of Prince Harry and Meghan, to destroy the lives of Archie and Lily. Make no mistake, that is what they want to do. We must not let them succeed in what they intend on doing, my family. Now, Sister Space said on their Instagram page on Friday night, and I quote, "Thank you for the continued support and messages. Unfortunately, recent events meant that we were forced to temporarily cease many of our operations to ensure the safety of our service users and our team. We are overwhelmed by the amount of support and encouragement and look forward to fully reinstating our services as soon as safely possible. After she exposed racism at the hands of Prince William's godmother, my family, it is time that people begin believing black people when we expose racism and not have to be targeted because we exposed our experience in the full glare, of the media or the world, telling the world what happened. My family, it's so sad and really bad to see, what has been happening. I mean, just hear this, for instance, about the differences in how Meghan and Kate have been treated. That in itself, the differences is also racism. Racism, the press in the UK think that it's about calling someone the N-word. That is racism. But that's not the case. Racism is how you, treat someone. Let's say a black woman compared to a white woman. Like you attack a black woman for the same thing that a white woman has done. That in itself is also an example of racism. Is when you harass a black woman on the palace, like what William's godmother did. My family, kindly just hear this clip, please.
When it first came out that Meghan had made Kate cry, people didn't question that. The black woman has made the white woman cry. And then years later, we find out the opposite was the case. And now people are questioning Meghan instead of accepting it as they did Kate several years ago. It's racism. You can see the difference in how they've been treated. It's obvious.
You can see the difference in how they have been treated. It's obvious. It's racism. It is racism, my family. And we must fight this racism. We must fight this hate campaign against the Duchess of Sussex once and for all. We must say no to this. We must tell the UK media not to target victims of abuse who dare to speak up against abusers. My family, UK press keep targeting victims of abuse because they themselves are abusers. And they don't like it when people speak up and out against abusers. Like how Harry and Meghan are exposing the culture of bribery, manipulations that happened in the UK press. Like, for instance, how Simon Rex was offered $70,000 to lie that he had slept with Meghan, like what appeared on the docuseries. Are the media covering that? No. They are not focusing on that. They're more focused on how badly, Meghan curtsied, because they're attacking Meghan for, curtsying the wrong way, for mocking herself on how she curtsied. I mean, come on. Instead of focusing on the actual illegal actions of the UK media, bribery, paying someone $70,000 to lie because you want to destroy someone else's life. That is illegal. That is unethical. And that must stop. And that must be exposed. My family, I also want you to hear, something else, please. My family. This bullying of Harry and Meghan, it just has got to come to an end, my family. And Harry and Meghan have a right to speak up and also speak out. They do have that right. And also, the media are complaining, saying that, Harry and Meghan are profiting from this. They're making money from this. You have media outlets making money from writing books about Meghan, a woman they have never met. Even Meghan, in the docuseries, says that people have written books about me, people I have never even met, and they are making money from it. Then someone can come and complain, oh, they are making money from this. How dare they? How could they? How is that okay? It's hypocritical. It's so hypocritical. My family, I mean, just hear this. Sometimes people in the UK media should stop acting in a way that think that people around are dumb as their readers are. Not everyone is that dumb. My family, just hear this kindly, please.
To them. They are profiting, taking huge amounts of money from Netflix to make this, and they know that, for example, the Netflix little snippets that have dropped already, been beautifully made, but why start to introduce the lies already?
Everything you've just said now has absolutely jack all to do with why they're doing
Shola.
what they're doing.
They're taking money.
You're saying they're taking money
earning
and they're
it.
profiting because of their position. Well, all of the hate and the death threats and the lack of security, all of these experience was because of their position. So you can't say that when they have borne the brunt of some, of abuse, of harassment, they cannot then use that same position to defend themselves. You're deflecting, you're distracting. Focus on the issue. The only reason Harry and Meghan can come out to say ABC happened is because of what was done to them.
My family, I like that. I like that. I like that. The only reason Harry and Meghan can come up and say ABC of what happened is because something bad was done to them that they have to speak about. My family, I like Dr. Shola. I love Dr. Shola. I love her so much. The only reason, I mean, hear this part. I like this part from Dr. Shola. I love this part.
Harassment, they cannot then use that same position to defend themselves. You're deflecting, you're distracting. Focus on the issue. The only reason Harry and Meghan can come out to say ABC happened is because of what was done to them.
I love you, Dr. Shola. I love you. Somebody tell Shola that I love her so much. My family, you've heard from her. The only reason that Harry and Meghan can even have that docuseries and sit down and talk about something, about the toxic UK press, is because something was done to them. Something unethical. It's because Simon Rex was offered $70,000 to lie that he had slept with Meghan Markle. That gives Harry and Meghan something to talk about, something to cover. The UK media and the royal family did it. And they gave Harry and Meghan something to talk about. I mean, it's so hypocritical for you to complain that Harry and Meghan are profiting from something, yet you have hate accounts making money from people they have never even met. How is that okay? How is that acceptable? I mean, come on. Come on. How is that okay? How is that acceptable? Come on, people. Come on. The only reason Harry and Meghan have something to say is because you have given them something to respond to because of the hate you have incited against Harry and Meghan. Should they have no right to speak up? Should they be able to just, keep quiet and let you constantly lie about them without any repercussions, without Harry and Meghan reacting, confronting those lies? How is that okay? How is that acceptable? The huge double standards of the UK tabloid media. The family, continue hearing Dr. Shola. I love her.
Say that when they have borne the brunt of some, of abuse, of harassment, they cannot then use that same position to defend themselves. You're deflecting, you're distracting. Focus on the issue. The only reason Harry and Meghan can come out to say ABC happened is because of what was done to them. If the royal family and this lovely country of ours had handled and treated them better, none of this conversation would be happening.
If the royal family And this lovely country of ours, the UK, could have treated Harry and Meghan better, then Harry and Meghan would have no docuseries to talk about the experiences. They wouldn't have that. Harry and Meghan on Netflix would have never happened. The Oprah interview would have never happened. The Me You Can't See would have never happened. I mean, come on. It's the truth. Dr. Shola said the truth. But you cannot go and say something about Harry and Meghan and then not expect them to respond. I mean, look at what happened at the Queen's funeral. About how Harry and Meghan were treated there abhorrently. In that way, you gave Harry and Meghan something to say. From the moment the tabloid media, Daily Mail, I remember, published how King Charles had made a phone call to Prince Harry not to bring Meghan, you are giving them something to talk about. Because ABC has been done, then Harry and Meghan can't talk about it. You can't complain that they went ahead and covered what you already said. Like how King Charles sent an invite to Harry and Meghan to attend the state banquet, and then we signed that invitation, and then the press mocked Harry and Meghan. You are giving them something to talk about, then complaining that they spoke about it, that they want to cover it on the docuseries. I mean, come on. Come on. It's quite hypocritical of the UK media to even complain about that. I mean, come on. Seriously. Come on. Come on. No one does hypocrisy more than the UK tabloid press. And they like to deflect. As Dr. Shola said, they like to deflect. They love to deflect. My family, we must keep fighting this hate campaign against Harry and Meghan. It must come to an end, one way or the other. Tell the entire world what is happening in the UK. Tell the entire world that a couple, an interracial couple, fell in love. And now the all-white royal family are unhappy about it and are trying to do everything in their power to erase any trace of having biracial, mixed race children of Harry and Meghan and the grandson and granddaughter of the current reigning monarch. They want to erase them from history books. Tell people what is happening. And Charles moved to put his coronation on the same day as Archie's birthday. On that, no one complains about the timing of King Charles. Nobody. Nobody. I don't see the Rota complaining about the timing. No. But wait till Harry and Meghan release a teaser for a trailer for the docuseries. Wait until that happens. Oh, the timing is not all right. Perhaps the timing was wrong. Come on. No one does hypocrisy more than the UK tabloid press. My family, I love Dr. Shola for saying it how it is, for speaking the truth. My family, you cannot complain about what Harry and Meghan, are saying in the docuseries if you yourself gave Harry something to talk about. I mean, Shola said it best herself. My family
can come out to say ABC happened is because of what was done to them. If the royal family and this lovely country of ours had handled and treated them better, none of this conversation will be happening.
It's true. It's true. She spoke the truth. The only reason Harry and Meghan can have something to say, A, B, C, D to say is because you have given them something to speak about. If you had treated Harry and Meghan nicely or kindly, there would be no Oprah interview. There would be no docuseries. There would be no Me You Can't See. If only you had treated Harry and Meghan kindly. There would be no spare memoir from Prince Harry. If only you had treated Harry and Meghan kindly. But the racism of the UK media and the farm could not control themselves from doing everything in their power to ruin the mixed-race black woman who married into the royal family by wanting to chase her out. My family. The royal family is very much racist. Very much racist. And the whole world knows it. And it's high time that people expose racism in the farm, racism in the royal family. My family, I want to hear your opinion, please, about all of this. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and support Evergreen Family on YouTube. Hate will never win. Racism must be exposed. Love wins. Don't be afraid to speak out when you experience racism. Don't be afraid. And I'm sorry what is happening to Ngozi Fulani. But Ngozi Fulani will stand with you. Meghan will stand with you. Harry will stand with you. Archie will stand with you. Libedana will stand with you. We'll expose and fight the bullying that is happening each and every single day. Please keep praying for Harry and Meghan and stay tuned to our next video. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.